Good morning. Welcome to your Wednesday morning, early morning intuitive guidance. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum, America's kick-ass coach and psychologist, here with some words of wisdom for our day. And I'm loving how this card dovetails with a class I'm taking online. So I'm going to share a little bit from that class too, because I think it fits in well. Our card for today comes from the Oracle of E deck by Pam Grout and Colette Barron-Reed. And we haven't seen this deck in a while, so I'm interested to see what your thoughts are. Good morning and welcome to whomever just popped on. We have the Oracle of E deck today. And our card is kind of cheeky. Got an owie? It's number 29 in the deck. So I love the sparkles on these two. I just think they're fun. So I'd like you to take a couple of nice deep breaths in through the nose. Exhaling through the mouth, just settling in. And if you've been with me for a while, the breathing, the in through the nose, out through the mouth is already beginning to signal your mind to focus, to release other distractions, to settle in, to be present for the reading. And I love how that happens. There's certain songs that if I exercise to them, or if I relax to them, or whatever, when I hear them, those activities start coming up in my mind to do. So, got an owie. Hope you can hear Bob Marley singing in the distance, because despite what appears to be a blip right now, every little thing's gonna be all right. Welcome to the two of you. Glad you're here. Can't tell who's here, but glad you're here. This is a time of sweet, sweet healing, a time of renewal. Take a step back, put your feet up, and soak in the restorative power of the universe. And it was that last part there, soaking up the restorative power of the universe, that got me thinking about what I was learning in this webinar that I'm doing. It's a webinar by Mark Nepo, and it's called Pain, Fear, and Grief. And so I'm going to share just a little bit from what he's talked about, because I think it fits really well with the God and Aoi card. He says that pain, fear, and grief are deeper teachers that no one can avoid. It's hard to be with them and hear them. No one chooses them, they choose us. So when we're experiencing pain, fear, or grief, he says our approach needs to be to loosen our grip, to take some breaths. Breath moves everything, right? So if we want to stay stuck in pain, fear, and grief, hold your breath. If you want to move with it, move through it, breathe. Good morning, Carolyn. Glad you are here. So our card for today is Got an Owie, and we're talking about how to move with pain, fear, and grief instead of resisting it, which makes it linger. So he said, this is Mark Nepo who's teaching this class, in our pain, fear, and grief, we often close up when we're being asked to open up even more so that we can receive the resources of the universe to renew ourselves. Now, doesn't that match exactly the last line of this? A time of renewal, take a step back, put your feet up, and soak in the restorative power of the universe. Now, so many of us have been taught that we got to do it all on our own, and that misleads us. We're co-creating with the universe. We're co-creating with spirit, creator, universe, however you want to look at this. So we need to do our part too. And our part is not to close down, but to open up and receive. As Brene Brown would say, being naked and sweaty and bloody and vulnerable in the arena. That's what we're aiming for. I mean, that makes it sound very unpalatable. But the gist is when we can open up and stay soft in those circumstances, we're going to fare far better. All right? It's kind of counterintuitive, but I think it fits. So Some of the other things that Mark Nepo said on this first Pain, Fear, and Grief webinar was that he perceives 3 spiritual laws. And I want to share those with you because they're very interesting. First one is, what's in the way is the way. Second one is, the only way out is through. And the third one is, life has been made just difficult enough that we need each other to ensure the journey of love. So we're not supposed to be doing this all on our own. Again, Americans have greatly overvalued independence, but there's something great to be said for interdependence. Think about 2 people hiking up a steep mountain. One helps the other up, then the other helps the first one up, and they work together, they collaborate to move up the mountainside. Same with life. Same with life. I'm going to predict, and many have been predicting for quite some time now, that we are going to see a huge renaissance of collaboration and cooperation, that the competition aspect, that divine masculine approach, is going to be stepping back, and the divine feminine approach, collaboration, cooperation, working in groups, learning to create the synergy that happens when people come together, is what's going to be coming to the fore. And I like that. I like that idea. So, I'm going to grab our card here again. Got an owie? Your best approach is to be present to that. Not try to run away from it, not try to ignore it. It may be to open yourself more fully. It might be picking someone, pick wisely, to share. I'm struggling with something. It could be something physical. It could be something mental, emotional, spiritual, doesn't matter the realm. They tend to have tendrils that go into all the realms anyway, right? But it's reaching out to someone and letting them know, I'm in a bit of a funk right now, and I could just use you to hold some space for me, and I don't need advice. If you want advice, ask for it, but if you don't need it, say so, because people struggle with knowing how to be of assistance to us. It is good when we can tell somebody. I love when my sister says to me, I got to talk about something. I don't need you to fix it. I just need you to listen. Cool beans. I can do that. Not a problem. Ask people, what is it you need from me at the beginning of this kind of a thing? You know, you seem kind of off. Is there something I can help you with? What do you need from me? Well, I just need a listening ear, or I just need to bounce something off of you, or I just need to sit quietly. I just need to sit quietly. Or could we go to coffee? You know, for us to ask for what it is that we need, right? But what I'd like us practicing today in the face of Gadanawi, because everybody's got something going on. We're humans. That's part of the existence, is there's always stuff going on. With regard to some of that stuff, I'd like you to take the time to open yourself up, to spend 5 minutes, 10 minutes, a couple of times during the day being present for whatever that is. A physical ailment, mental distress, an emotional upset, spiritual disconnection, whatever it is. Just being present for it. You aren't going to fix it, you aren't going to change it, you aren't going to analyze it. You're going to just be with it. Almost like you're sitting down on a park bench beside it. All right? And open yourself as best you can. Be as vulnerable as you can, just for a couple of minutes. Then you can put it away again and go about your business. But I want us to practice being fully present for whatever that pain, discomfort, disconnect is. All right? And I'd love to hear what your experience is when you allow yourself to do that. I think that's going to be more and more important as we move forward in life. So, have an awesome day. See you again tomorrow. Remember, you're capable of far more than you think you are. Bye.